Hepsi aynı. Bir tanesini yazmanız yeterli.
Okay. Biz daha GEDA.
Thank you very much. When we come first South Africa, it was 1994, and we were thinking the Africa like the poorest country in the world. You can find the elephant, zebra on the street. And then when we come, we saw very nice houses, very nice cars, very beautiful, helpful people. And when we discussed our family, they said, when are you going to come back? I said, we burn our ship, we never go back to Turkey. we love South Africa, we won't go back. We assure you that sessions are principally designed to enhance the development of strategic partnership, relationship between the Republic of Turkey and South Africa, in particular Gauteng. This gathering enabled to build a productive dialogue between countries. They also provide valuable opportunity for networking and fruitful contacts between countries.
Mine is not really to give a speech, but to be more delighted that in a number of efforts of trips that we have taken to Turkey recently, led by our MEC and a team of a delegation of South African business people, and following up also on the relations that have been created between the two bilateral discussions that have taken place between Turkey and South Africa.
You see some, it is between 1983 to 1994, average inflation on per year was 63%. Between 1995 and 2001, it was about 72% inflation. Now it's about 10%. We need, again, still we need to decrease it, of course. In the last 3 years, because the crisis in all EU countries, 27 countries, I think one of the main reasons why we did not face that problem, that crisis problem, is that total debt was in foreign exchange. Now, it's list in terms of course, months you can see in Eurobond assurances is that the capital adequacy ratio is...
Bilateral relations between South Africa and Turkey were established in 1991. And since then, our relations have grown stronger and stronger. And last year, the visit of the Turkish Prime Minister was one of the highlights, following, of course, Deputy President Mahlangu's visit in 2010 to Turkey. What were the objectives of these interactions? The primary objective was to enhance and deepen our bilateral political, economic, and commercial relations.
The shift in the world economic order is moving from what used to be called the G7 to the 25 rapid growth market. And our projection, with the help of people like Oxford Economics, because we're not really a fundamental research organization, is that these countries, 25 countries collectively, will command 50% of the world's GDP, and 38% of global consumer spending, and 60% of the world's population. And you won't have to wait too long for that. 2020 is 8 years. In South Africa, we know about waiting 8 years to host the World Cup, and we've already forgotten about it. So the world, maybe France, and the rest of the Eurozone is just going to be scraping through, which makes it important then to highlight that it's not the Eurozone that's in crisis. Because if you're a Turkey, then you're not in crisis.
And I went to Turkey last year. It was extremely cold. We're coming from London, which was also cold. When we got there, it was really, really cold. But it was interesting And I know that I came back with the 2 extra kilos out of just eating the sweet things. Yeah, I look forward to go back to Turkey, maybe to the towns and to meet the business people that are here. First thing I want to say to you, there is a group of 2 or 3 people who are going back to Turkey in the next coming few days to visit Bursa and other places to try and see what is that we can do, because I like what I saw when I was in Turkey. What is that we can do with our FET colleges from training, linking those young people whilst training with companies, and they're going to look into those so that the FET colleges in our province, indeed, as these young people are training in different places in our province, particularly those who are located in the townships, are able to be linked with companies so that when they finish, they don't go back and sit home because they're unemployed. And it's one of the things that we took out of the delegation when we went there in November. The second matter that we saw when we were taking business people in Turkey are very interesting. They make decisions now, they want to invest in South Africa, tomorrow they want to move. And I do know that in our shelves, those of us who buy groceries and those of you who live here, we know that we've got a lot of Turkish products in our shops. Pick and Pay, Spar, and then all of those. Yet we have very little things, South African made goods in the Turkish markets. And one of the things I like to see happening from an agro-processing point of view, as well as manufacturing of the things that are made in South Africa, to get those things to be seen in the Turkish markets.
Deliver this also, you can understand that the hospice and all this is for children and children, HIV, narcotic people, that's where we normally into. So the clientele
might be even very happy ministers. Talking the train, talking the bus, talking cars.
Tekrar şey soralım. Burada yatırım için yoksa buraya gelip kendileri mi bir şeyler kuracak?
Regarding the efficiency of the system. But anyway,
Şöyle inşaatın